The level change of the building where the council required us to have a couple of steps outside some exit doors that we didn't think we needed, but council said we needed, and so we had to put them in.
Yeah. What was the release percentage of retentions?
At practical completion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, at completion.
Whatever the contract would have said, I can't remember which way it goes, but it's either 60 or 40%.
Right. Were there any issues in the changing of contractor insurance to client insurances?
No, I mean council, as they're experienced at building projects and they're well aware of the issues about needing to have insurance in place at practical completion.
Yeah. And how did the defects liability period or snag list affect the issuing of certificate completion? If it did.
No, it didn't. I mean, the defects liability period for this building was 12 months. Now the reason it's 12 months is often around the heating and ventilation systems. You need a full seasonal year to work through any potential issues. I think we would have inspected up to say 3 months after completion, and then we did come back 12 months later to have that final inspection.
So with the post project, was the client and community happy or satisfied with the result?
Yeah, I mean you sort of tend to lose touch with the project after a while. I mean, I guess the outcome was, as I mentioned before, there was an increase in patronage of the facility from the community in terms of the library and the community centre. It seemed to be well used. So yeah, that's sort of kind of one sign. When I did go out there, particularly for those post-contract inspections, the community centre operates in a way where they do not have staff on site all the time. So they operate in a system where you can book a room or book a space. As a community group, you can turn up, you'll be granted access through some sort of swipe card or the like, and so you can actually use the facility quite independently of any sort of management. Although they did have an office and staff there, they weren't full time. So it's sort of hard to get a sense of that. Whereas with the library, they are staffed all the time. We knew the head librarian through the design process, so we would engage with them. They seemed to be very happy with the outcome, and again, particularly in terms of the use. And I guess the other marker was at the opening ceremony. The place was absolutely full of they had the opening ceremony in the hall in the community centre that was full, which was about probably 600 or so people, and a whole range of activities. But having said that, I don't know what happens. If you went there now, what was happening? I have no idea.
Did the initial ambitions of has the initial ambitions of the project been realised?
Yeah, I think from the client's point of view, yeah. I mean, they've got a new facility. It's approximately 50% bigger. What was interesting was, while I said one of the briefing items for the community centre was to be a space big enough for basketball or netball. But I haven't been back recently, but at the time they never marked the court, or put up the hoops.
Okay.
So for intents and purposes, you can't play basketball there because there's no court.
It's like DIY, really.
But that's kind of like the changing community. So if they're never going to play basketball in that space, then why would you build a space that big? In hindsight, would they have been better off to build some different types of spaces? I'm not sure. But equally, having said that, it's a space that's big enough that when they do have those community events, they have a space to have a large gathering. So I think, for example, on Anzac Day, they used that space because the RSA is quite close. And so they have the parade around Te Atatu, and then they all gather in the community centre afterwards. Do you sort of say, well, it might not be used to its capacity, 364 days of the year, but 1 day or 2 days or whatever the year it is.
Capacity, so not to know. Sorry, what was your question? Yeah, so look, in terms of delivering a new and improved library community, the say yes.
Were there or are there now any issues with material maintenance?
Not that I'm aware of. So as I said, we were there 12 months after, and that everything seemed to be fine, and touch wood, everything's still fine.
Within the full scope of the project, would there be any parts you could have done differently, or would it have done differently?
Well, I could ask you a question now. If you revisited one of your designs, would you change anything? I think, just to, in terms of that sort of concept, we, as I said, we were aware of the challenges with the budget. And so you sort of think, well, did that come around thinking in terms of what we thought we could do? Because equally I've looked at similar sorts of projects, and you think, I think those projects might have had a bit more budget, and so therefore maybe they could have done things. So I'm not saying that was sort of self-limiting, but you kind of wonder with that. And then I guess we adopted a strategy of how we use the site, sort of kind of like a site strategy, what we put where. And we did it a couple of times, so we'll arrange it differently in terms of how we engage. One of the issues for us was, as I said, we had an existing car park, and given that we didn't have much money, we thought we should just keep that, rather than tearing up and trying to build a new car park in the race. Was that the right decision? I'm not sure. But equally, we went to Everton Road, and we wanted to engage with the street in a positive way, but we sort of then left thinking, well, what do we put there in terms of activity to engage with the street? So we ended up putting the meeting rooms there, and the sort of the end of the library and the main entry. Was that the right thing to do? Should we just put the library there? Because we actually said, library park, that makes sense. We could have gone library street. That would have made no sense. Well, I guess the other thing we did was we went library, community centre, and we've got that garage space in between, which provides a connection with the street and the car park. Because remember at the time of the Eddies, we didn't have that lane down the back. Because actually, because we talked about a kind of a three-side lane, the council didn't want one at that time. Their grand division, which is what Tokyo was, they didn't make a three-side lane further down that whole block. That was where they didn't make a three-side lane. And it wasn't until we went through the consent process where we had a first between us and the supermarket.
Right.
So we sort of looked at them, and we sort of looked at those through the middle, but they kind of occurred at different times in the process. At the time one's in place, it's pretty hard to undo. Just doing something. If you sort of said, well, I'm working with a three-side lane down the back, could you have arranged the project differently because of that?
Yeah.
But at the time, it was a different impact. So, but look, I don't know, would you use this differently? Probably yes, and probably was sitting down now, just got that much more experience and a few different thoughts running through the back of your mind at the time.
Did you draw a process to see the recommendation, for example, the client
I think what has been monitored is the energy consumption, because there is a recording and tracking that. Also, there's been a process to go through, particularly with the library, around the management of the heating ventilation system, which is like it's not a full-time air conditioning building. At certain times, the air will be treated depending on if it's too hot or too cold. But most of the time it's a kind of a passive system of circulating air. Plus they've got the ability to open windows and doors. So there's a whole lot of windows which are open on automatic openers. And as soon as they open, they turn off the heating and ventilation system. So there's a bit of management to go through that, and also a bit of management to go through in terms of making sure that they hit their energy consumption tables. Otherwise, in terms of operation, post-operation evaluations that are being on sort of an ad hoc basis. Meaning, we've been out there a couple of times and talked to the staff that are here. It seems to be well received, but beyond that, not.
So if you were to do another community centre, you're probably going to see kind of like whole community meetings and stuff like that. Would you also survey this community just to see if their feedback would improve your community centre? Would you do that?
No, probably not. I guess the way you do that was through the consultation process. So hopefully, it doesn't always work. Hopefully you engage. I mean, we've done another project over in short for the council, and where again we went through a consultation process. In that particular case, we were there for a couple of Saturdays. We were there the Saturday of the Christmas parade, so there were lots of people around for the Christmas parade down on Main Street of Birmingham. So we set up a couple of booths in terms of consultation and what people were wanting. So hopefully you catch that equally with that one, engaged with Ely, much more than we did with this one. We were 19 represented in Auckland, and we engaged all of them. Wasn't quite okay. So ideally you engage with that consultation process early, and that's the way you kind of get the feedback from the community early in the process, rather than saying, here's the design, what do you think?
Did this project gain any recognition?
No.
I guess with council projects though, just because of how you can't really do what you really want.
Yeah, I mean, having budget shouldn't be a handbrake to good design. Not necessarily. But equally, I think there are probably plenty of good buildings which don't get recognition. It's a different thing in a way.
Is the building still compliant with the building code?
Yeah, it should be.
Just curious, what's the last time you visited this building?
Well, honestly, I can't remember. It's probably been, the thing about theatre, which is interesting, the thing about any project in a way is that, you intensely visit the building, particularly during construction, and particularly if it's out of the way, so to speak, in terms of your role, where you operate, where you live, where you work, what you do, you tend not to go back. So, as I said, we did a project in Bethlehem, which is more recent, and I went back for the 12-month end of the flexibility period, and then I had to go back because that project is lit at night, and so I had to go back and check and make sure the lights were working. That was the last time I went. Because Britain is not a place I'd work with drive to. Equally, theatre too. The interesting thing about theatre in the peninsula is to go there, you have to get off the motorway, and particularly the peninsula is a dead end. Next time you drive down the peninsula, you're resting in. And so, in some ways, that makes it a really interesting community. Because people aren't driving through it to go somewhere else. They go to theatre, and that's kind of the destination. So, it's not a destination I go to. So, I don't think I've been there probably for 3 or 4 years. So, I have no idea what's happening.
Is it really the case with most of the projects that you work on?
Yeah. As I said, unless for whatever reason they can't be daily activity, So, we've done some work out at Scar City, and quite often we walk past and engage with them just because they're there. And she wouldn't buy them. So, one of the projects we did there was Fast Street Restaurant on Federal Street. So, I hadn't been to the restaurant. I hadn't. But you walk past it. You think, oh, yeah, so it's right. We did the point and viaduct, pointed pubs down the viaduct. I don't know if you know which ones they are. But I quite often drive past those ones. I don't actually look at them intently, but I rode past the viaduct point, which is on the street, and I was kind of looking at it thinking, things have changed. That is now a project that's now nearly 15, 16 years old, and things have changed in terms of the way that people think about the city and what developers might think, and how would you engage with that project differently now, or what would you do differently, given the length of time that's passed. But that's something I'm going by 2 or 3 times a week. But not because I want to go by it. It just happens to be between there and there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. You've got a captive audience,
Have you found out that a lot of the buildings that you did previously wasn't compliant with building code? What a shame.
That's an interesting question in a way. The building code can change, and therefore things can become non-compliant because the regulations do. Then what tends to happen is the building is considered just to have existing use rights. So I remember we looked at a building which was an old building, and it wouldn't have complied with the code in terms of fire egress. But if you continue to use that building for that particular activity, then even though it doesn't apply, it's okay. Because it complies with existing use. If we change the use, which is what we're looking at doing, say from office to apartments, then anything that's changed needs to comply in terms of fire egress and the like. So when you change an office building into apartments, the whole thing's in line. Sometimes things do need to be upgraded because the seismic code changes, like has happened recently, and council might say, they might give an end date, which might be some way in the future, but it might be saying to building owners, by the time we get to 2030 or whatever, your building needs to meet the current seismic requirements for a percentage thereof. So that can force people to do things. But equally, with that house behind you, there on the wall of the pool, for example, we were involved in all aspects of that project. And, it was finished, it was well and truly finished, and the client, rang out one day and said, we've just had the swimming pool inspected, because they get inspected regularly, and the council inspector saying it doesn't comply. So I offered to meet with the inspector to go through where he didn't comply and what he had. So at some point it didn't comply, and obviously something had changed. So we agreed, and by meeting the pool inspector, we agreed a course of action to bring it up to compliance. But we couldn't do that. That was up to the client to undertake those changes to make sure it did comply.
Just out of curiosity, what is the typical sort of client fee that you charge, like $27?
Well, it can vary. So technically, one of the things can vary, but technically the more complex a project is, the higher, should we say, the percentage of the construction cost your fee would be, if you're sort of looking at a percentage. But then, having said that, if the value of the job increases, the percentage should drop. Because at a certain point, the work required just because the job's bigger doesn't necessarily increase exponentially. So there's sort of kind of, on one hand, the complexity of the job, the percentage increases, but the value of the job potentially decreases. While a house might be, but then equally it's up to you. You can charge what you like. Just depends whether anyone's going to pay it. You might say, typically for a long time, a house might be say 10 or 12% in terms of construction costs. But you can then see, well, if you were trying to build a house for say 500,000, that might be 50,000. If you're building a house for 5 million, then that's going to be 500,000. Fees. Somebody will say, well, you're actually doing $500,000 worth of work. 50,000 can go by pretty quickly, but 500,000, are you really? The question would be, are you really doing 10 times the work? Even though the house is, 10 times, 100 times the cost. So that's what happens. But equally, you'd say, well, if you're doing fees for a warehouse and some offices, that's a pretty simple building. It's just empty. There's nothing in it, apart from the offices. So the fee percentage would probably be less for a warehouse. And then you get everything in between. Houses are generally most complex because they do everything. Office building tends to, so while they're big and while they cost a lot of money, there's a lot of repetition. A lot of the floors in office building are the same. So if you're just drawing the same thing, it's 4 to 12, and it's only the fee should be less because of the repetition.
I see.
Whereas if you were doing, say, you might have an office building worth, say 50 million, and you might be doing a museum for 50 million, but the museum would be way more complex in terms of probably a whole series of relatively unique spaces, as opposed to an office building which has got a whole lot of repetition. Which one?
This one. Is there a reason why this extends out?
No.
It's just a nice looking aesthetic.
Here's what you're after. So that's just the structure done. It doesn't need to be there from a structural point of view. It says okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking your time.